Cooking in the kitchen and it smells real nice. Cooking in the kitchen with Rhonda.
Hi, it's Up All Night with Rhonda Shear and I'm cooking in the kitchen. All right, so what am I doing for you today? A brand new recipe that I'm making up out of my own noggin. Artichokes, very high in fiber, very low in calories. So we're steaming up a whole bunch of artichokes. I have cut the tops of them off. I've cut a lot of the prickly things off the leaves. I didn't get the choke out. That's the middle with the fuzzy. I have to wait till they're cooked a little bit more because I'm not that talented. I'm gonna be honest about digging in there. So I'm just gonna let them steam a little bit and then we're gonna get back to the chokes in a minute. Okay, so over here, so I'm making this one up as I go along. I'm gonna use a little bit of my French Creole background with the stuffed crab, and then I'm gonna stuff it in an artichoke. So I'm going to use the Trinity, except I'm not using celery, which is in the Trinity. So you guys have heard me talk about that. It is bell pepper, onion, and garlic, sans the celery this time. So you've got that Trinity with garlic, and then I've got some fabulous parsley. I've got the claw swimming fresh crab meat from the grocery, 8 ounces, so I'm gonna use it all. So that's 4, so it's 2 pounds of crab meat. I'm gonna use this whole stick of butter, maybe even more. I've got my Parmesan and Romano cheese. I've got a little cayenne pepper, some breadcrumbs, and some salt. Shall we get to it? I think we shall. The artichokes are boiling, steaming. They're steaming in a lemon bath. I put a little lemon juice in there. They say you should take the leaves that are cut and put lemon on them. Maybe it keeps it from turning brown. I'm not sure, but we're gonna do it. All right, let's head over to the stove, shall we? So my butter is melting in the pot. Look at the butter melting in the pot. Nothing smells like butter melting in a pot. Can you just smell it right through your screen? Ooh, listen to it go. Oh, I love butter. Now we're gonna take all the ingredients. We have the onions, the bell pepper, and the garlic. We're putting it in. Ah, you hear the sizzle? Can you smell the sizzle of the butter? Oh, we're gonna brown all these beautiful vegetables together in butter, not olive oil. We want that rich flavor of true butter. So we're gonna let these kind of hang out in the pot. I think they need a little more steaming. Looks what happened. A couple of more tablespoons of butter just fell into the pot. It's all good. We're not counting calories. Fat's good. You need a little fat. Stay there, my friend. Brown up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the celery. Not the celery, the parsley. We're going to add the parsley. There you go. So I cooked the others first because parsley is a little bit more delicate than when it burned in the pot. Stick it to the pot. Now it's all good. I'm just going to let that simmer and do its thing. Crab meat's going to be next, so all we're waiting on really is those artichokes to stuff them. That's going to be the hardest part. You're going to watch me. It's going to be silly. It's going to be a little bit like a Lucille Ball episode. In the meantime, I'm going to put my oven on right behind you. All right, so I'm getting the artichokes out, getting a little water out. You have to have a nice choke utensil. These are great fried chicken for anything. Okay, so here we go with this choke. There we go, squeezing it. We just want them soft enough to stuff them because they're gonna bake for another long while. This one needs just a little bit more love, so we're going to leave that little choke in there by himself. A little bit longer. Oh, wait, we need to start. Look, let's get in here. Oh, can you smell that butter? Can you just smell it? Can you smell it? Can you smell it? A little more brown, and then we're going to throw the crab in there. That's simple. How do we get the choke out of the choke is the question. Ready? Okay, we've got the artichokes. We're going to open the leaves. And we have to get that center choke out, because you know that fuzzy part that literally chokes you, like to death? We've got to get that out. This one needs to go back in more. Wait, don't go away, just stay right there. while you're staring at my artichokes, check out the crab meat. Does that look amazing? I'm using claw. It's so, so good. All right, so look at my artichokes. They have just been enough in the steam to be able to open the leaves. But I gotta get that center thing out before we do any stuffing. See, we gotta get that out. That's the part we need to get out, that yucky, yucky part. Here. Okay, so look, some people use scissors, some people use knives. I just like to get in there and dig. It's the fuzzy part. Look in there. See the fuzzy? I have to get down in there. See the little fuzzy part? Way down in there? Getting the choke out, because we don't want anyone choking at our table. No 911 calls when we're eating. All right. We don't want to get to the heart. We're just taking that middle part out. There you go. Leaving the leaves too. There you go. My oven's ready. No one said I was brilliant. Just said I was a good cook. It's really good. All right, these guys are ready for some loving and stuffing. So we're just going to let them cool off. Beautiful crab meat going in. Woo! Look at that. Two. 3. It's probably enough, but I'm gonna do one more for good measure. 4. Yeah, we're gonna let all that hang out. But guess what I'm gonna do? Something a wee bit naughty. Take a little lemon and squeeze it in there, just because I feel like it would be right. A little acid to go along with the fat. Then we're gonna add some Parmesan cheese. And we're going to add some Italian breadcrumbs. Then we're going to stuff those chokes and throw them in the oven. We need to brown this. We're not done. Can't just throw it in like that. It's got to get nice and brown. Let's check how these last 3 we're doing. They're ready. Come to the party. Woo! Squeeze that water out. Sometimes you're just going to know that it needs more butter, but we're going to let it cook down before adding anything else. Okay, you ready for some seasonings? We got to get my salt, pepper. You know I like cooking with light salt. You all know that's one of my little secrets. It's like I can control it. I just like good old-fashioned black pepper. My mother loved it. She cooked with it. She used it. It was great. But if you want that zing, if you ain't got a thing, but you need that zing, cayenne. Not as much. I feel like I need a little bit more lemon. When you add fat like butter, you got to add a little acid, and that's where the lemon comes in. Just brings out the flavor more. Oh, these babies are hot. Why do I keep doing this to myself? It's good to add lemon over it because it helps with the tips from turning brown where you cut them. A few more of those center leaves, the ones that hurt your tongue if you get them. You know, I just get so excited about my own cooking. It's so much fun. See, down to the bottom. We haven't said hair in a long time. Miss you guys, hair. You gonna make my stuffed artichokes with crab meat? We need to come up with an up all night, like up all night. We need to go something in the kitchen. Cooking in the kitchen. Cooking in the kitchen with Rhonda. You know, I need my little flair, like up all night. What do you think? Vote on it. Vote on it. Talk amongst yourselves and get back to me. Consistency is getting better. Chop it all up. So. Okay, get in my pot. Do you see the brown on the bottom? You see that brown? That's what you want to see. You don't want it burning. You got to scrape, scrape, scrape. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some fresh grated. It's a combination of Asiago, Romano, and Parmesan. And let the stuffing begin. Delicious crab meat. Actually, if you get the lump crab meat, it's like $26 for 8 ounces. This was $10, and actually the crab claw is really, really tasty. Now, my mom would stuff every leaf. I don't think I'm going to have enough to do that, but let's just stuff that middle. We can eat the middle, and we can eat the leaves. Now, what can I say about the calories? You saw that I have butter in it. Probably should use another can. Okay. My husband, when he cooks, he takes his time and everything's stuffed beautifully, but mine tastes better. He's in the other room. He didn't say a thing because he's hungry. Gene's good, he's hungry, so this is the best part. Gene, get in there with your hand. Get all of it. That's the best part. Kids always wait for the bottom of the pot. So good. Is it so good? Topping with some breadcrumbs. Just so we can see when it browns. Okay, they're in the oven. We're gonna put them in there 30 minutes. Timer. 30? Oh, we'll do them for 33 minutes. Perfect. Okay, until then, what is it time for? It's wine time. Here! Guys, this is really good. I'm scraping the bottom of the pot. Y'all ready to check the chokes? Oh, our crab meat stuffed artichokes. Okay, remember, artichokes are high in fiber. Ooh, look at those chokes. That's a beautiful thing. Look at this. 30 minutes of perfection. And guess what I have? I have a little leftover gumbo. So I'm going to serve this up to Jean, Marie, myself, and Van, and we're going to have a Cajun Creole delight night. But this is out of my head, so you too can make crab meat stuffed artichokes. We're going to be tasting in a second. We'll see if Jean likes it. They look good. And the gumbo's so good too.
That is fantastic.
Cooking in the kitchen and it smells real nice. Cooking in the kitchen with Rhonda.